Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I move the motion relating to multicultural communities in the terms in which it appears on the notice paper. Deputy Speaker, after a long week in this building, it is always a pleasure to return home to Bennelong, and for the entirety of February, Bennelong has been bouncing. Last Saturday was the final day of the fortnight-long Lunar New Year celebrations, and like many cultural celebrations throughout the year, our town centres were lit up, our shops and restaurants were full, and families and friends spent time together. Deputy Speaker, the sense of unity within the community was truly extraordinary. Now, I'm not Chinese, Korean or Vietnamese, and it's not in French or Mauritian culture to celebrate Lunar New Year, but there I was, leaning right into the Year of the Dragon. I attended event after event. I dotted lion and dragon eyes and held red and blue lanterns in Eastwood's Koreatown, and I too took my family out for a huge Lunar New Year lunch alongside Bennelong's diverse community. And through it all, Deputy Speaker, I couldn't help but reflect on the incredible contribution that multiculturalism has made to our nation. Australian multiculturalism is truly something unique and special. Across every town, sporting club and every school, there are stories of how multiculturalism has made Australia better. I'm privileged to represent a diverse and multi-community just like Bennelong, filled with people with stories just like mine. I'm honoured to be the first member of Bennelong with a funny-sounding name. Like 58% of Bennelong, I can speak a language other than English at home. Like 66% of Bennelong, both my parents were born overseas. I'm just like the rest of our community, diverse, multilingual and proud of who we are. Because representing Bennelong is not only about representing multiculturalism, it's about protecting it too. So you can imagine my horror, Deputy Speaker, when in November last year, Bennelong's longest-serving Member of Parliament and one of the Liberals' most celebrated former Prime Ministers confessed that he had always had trouble with the concept of multiculturalism. He then went on to say, and I quote, that one of the problems with multiculturalism is we try too hard to institutionalise differences rather than celebrate what we have in common. To Mr Howard and to the Liberal Party, I say that those views are wrong and offensive, because in a modern, vibrant and diverse Australia, we can celebrate our differences and we can celebrate what we have in common. We can do both. And I truly believe that it's in our culture to celebrate the culture of others. When I joined thousands of locals celebrating Australia Day and Lunar New Year, no one was thinking about how cultural difference was being institutionalised, as Mr Howard put it. We were all celebrating together. We were all stunned by the high pole lion dance. We all danced along with Korean drummers, and plenty loved the thong crowing contest on Australia Day. We did all that together, not apart. Deputy Speaker, I'm proud to be part of a government that supports multiculturalism and multicultural communities. We believe in a fair and functioning migration system. We support community language schools and we back local multicultural projects. Mr Howard's views belong in Australia that doesn't exist anymore, an Australia that thankfully hasn't existed for a long time. Mr Howard's views need to be condemned promptly and without qualification. And up until this moment, Deputy Speaker, we've had near total silence from the Liberals on the comments of their favourite son. So in closing, I'd like to challenge speakers from the opposition to condemn Mr Howard's archaic views. I note that the Shadow Minister is next on the list to speak. Well, the member for Wannon has the opportunity here to draw the line in the sand here for the modern Liberal Party. I challenge him to stand up and condemn Mr Howard's views. Only a direct repudiation of these views from the Liberals will tell Bennelong and Australia that the modern Liberal Party values multiculturalism, because if they don't, then their 5 minutes of platitudes here will mean nothing. What Mr Howard said is out of touch, and the Liberal Party's near total silence about it has been shameful. So should Mr Howard or the member for Wannon decide to return to Bennelong, then it will be well worth them noting the 3 absolute truths about our modern-day community. Firstly, Bennelong is stronger because of our differences. Secondly, Bennelong thrives because of our diversity. And thirdly, Bennelong is better because of multiculturalism. Mr Howard is wrong and his views should be condemned. I commend this motion to the